Okay, as a result of last year, we played at festival, and one of the judges heard her went Ensemble play, and he sought me out the next day to shake my hand and said, "Wow, it's been a long time since I heard a band like that." And a composer that judge was mentoring was looking for a group to kind of sight read his piece and help him in the creative process. And the composer contacted me, and we read that piece last year, and then he contacted me again this year with a second piece that he wrote. And he brought it over, and the kids were just blown away. And so was I. We read this piece, and we were like, that would be perfect to present at our spring concert. You know, the only problem was it wasn't published or anything, so I asked him, I said, "Mr. Daniel, do you mind if we premiere that piece for you?" And he, just without hesitation, said, "I would love for you to do that." And so this piece called American Heritage, you've read the story, and it doesn't do it justice. So I'd really like to welcome to the stage Mr. Ben Daniel, and so he could share his story with you. So Mr. Daniel, please.
Before I begin my story, first I want to say how encouraged I am that music education is in such capable hands as Mr. Chris Carr and this school. I've received such enthusiastic support from the community. American Heritage is my second piece for a symphonic band. And after I finished my first one, there was a period of months where I really struggled for creative direction and trying to find what my next piece would be. And unexpectedly, I was on a business trip, and unexpectedly on that trip, I was out in Phoenix, and I was the only natural-born American citizen on that trip. My colleagues were 3 Indians and an Australian, all of whom had lived either in or near the Middle East at one point in their lives. And we're on the trip, and we get in the car, and we're heading to the client site one morning, and they start to talk about things they liked and didn't like about living in the Middle East. And as the conversation grew more heated, they started to discuss it very vigorously, and one of my friends went on a rant out of the blue, passionately defending life, liberty, and freedom in the United States of America. And at that time, inspiration hit me. And I knew exactly what my next piece would be. It would be something patriotic. And not just rah-rah America, but something meaningful. Something that would be a proper homage to life, liberty, and freedom in the United States. So what I wrote was a fanfare, prelude, and grand finale for 3 linked national hymns: God of Our Fathers, Battle Hymn of the Republic, and America the Beautiful. And over each hymn, there's an excerpt read from the Declaration of Independence, the Gettysburg Address, and Ronald Reagan's farewell address in 1989 to Shining City on a Hill. The piece is meant to celebrate the freedom and heritage, the freedom and liberty that is America's heritage throughout her history, and her noble founding, her great conflict, and her optimistic future. I would be remiss if I did not take this opportunity to thank so many people, a few of the people that have had such profound impact on me and are here tonight. First, I would like to thank Mr. Carr and the Wind Ensemble for gracious, and the choir, and Ms. Richardson. Excuse me. Ms. Richardson. Next, I would like to thank my family and my friends for their support, especially the ones who came and the ones who are with me in spirit. Thank you for your presence tonight. I would also like to thank Mr. Bill Locklear, my music mentor. I would especially like to thank my wife, who is my love and my first audience, and ensures the quality of what you will hear tonight. And finally, I'd just like to thank God for all of you, and for the most beautiful gift of us. Ladies and gentlemen, American Heritage.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, drawing their just powers from the consent of the governed, and for support of this declaration, with a firm reliance on divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor. Fourscore and 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation so dedicated and so conceived can long endure. It is for us, the living brethren, to be dedicated to the unfinished work, dedicated to the great task before us, that this nation, under God, may have a new birth of freedom, and that a government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. I've spoken of the shining city all my political life. In my mind, it was a tall, proud city, built on rocks stronger than oceans, wind-swept, God-blessed, and teeming with people of all kinds living in harmony and peace, with free ports that hummed with commerce and creativity. And if the city had to have walls, the walls had doors, and they were open to anyone with a will and heart to get in. That's how I saw it, and see it still. Now God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.
Herself, and I'm so happy that she did. She's got this knack for art. Really. Sorry to blind you. See that I'm blind you? So she came and asked me the other day, Carr, do you have an extra copy of the front page of the score of American Heritage? I said, sure, I can print it out. Got it. You know? So she took it home and painted this picture on it.